Hello, everyone. So I had a lot of questions about this particular assignment. Like everybody was going through it and asking me, well, is this included? Is this included? Is this excluded from GDP? A part of it is I can tell y'all haven't been watching the video. And another part, I'm like, oh, well, and I'm just going to make a video about, I'm going to go through the answers on this and see maybe if this will help if I just give you the answers and explain to you why. And hopefully this time you will watch. Let's see. Well, let's get started on the number one. So a haircut is purchased. This is included because it's a service and it's a final product. So if you go get a haircut, it's a service that you purchase from a hairdresser. Included. Number two, Honda purchases steel for producing new cars. Not included because the steel is the intermediate product. It's just a piece of what the car is. The actual car is the final product. So that is E, excluded. Number three, Dell sells computers to Japan. Right here. That's a part of GDP because the computers are a final product, and even though we're exporting them and we're selling them to another country, that is a part of GDP because it's our product. Okay. Number four, McDonald's purchases a brand new grill. That is actually a part of GDP because they purchase a brand new grill. It's a brand new a product that we produce. So it is part of GDP. It is included. Number five, Macy's pays its employees an hourly wage. That is included. It's part of the expenditure approach. Remember, wages are included. Then number six, students purchase an airline tickets to Hawaii. That's a part of consumption because the tickets themselves, like the service of flying them from the United States or from the mainland to Hawaii, that's a final product. So that's included. Okay. Number seven, Pepsi donates money to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Not included because they're not paying for any sort of service. It's charity. So the only way that this would turn into be something that was included in GDP is if the foundation went out and bought something, like if they bought a van to transport cancer patients to the hospital, then the van is included in GDP, but not the donation money that was used to buy it. Okay. Number eight, a stereo purchased on eBay. Not included unless it is brand new. But if it's on eBay, it's probably already used. So if it's a used good, it is not a part of GDP. Goods are only put into GDP once. So like houses, it's only when they're brand new. So if you buy a house that was built in 1910, the only time it was ever a part of GDP was in 1910. After that, it's continuous flow in the economy. It's not a part of GDP. All right, number nine, citizens pay property taxes. That is excluded. Let me look at my notes. I wrote myself a notice to explain to you why specifically so that you guys would know. Hold on. So this is just a part of transferring goods. So property taxes is like it's what the city uses to maintain like things like schools and parks and everything the city has, roads, lights, all of that. We pay property taxes in order to maintain those services. So we're not actually buying, like you can't count that as a final product because it's just transferring of money. Now, that money that is used for, like, if they purchased a street light, whatever company produced that street light, then it's included in GDP. Remember, it's always final products. So citizens paying property taxes, not included. It's excluded because it's just a transfer of money. Government buys supplies for the military. Included, absolutely. If they buy a plane from Boeing, then that's a final product. Government purchases are actually a huge part of our GDP. Stay-at-home mothers create, let me just get rid of this. Okay, stay-at-home mothers, Sorry about that. Create a community garden. So obviously, I think that hopefully that was obvious to you. That's not it's not included. It's an E. It's excluded because if they're staying home, they're not making any money. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. All these news reports are coming in that Andrew Yang dropped out of the race. Where was I? So they're, and if it's a community garden, nobody's selling anything. They're just trade, like they're just sharing. That's a traditional economy. It's not based on any sort of monetary transaction, so it's definitely not a part of GDP. Okay, monetary meaning money. All right. Number 12, Chevrolet purchases a new factory. This is definitely included because it's a brand new factory and it's going to produce products that we're going to include in GDP. I'm going to move this because it keeps getting blocked. Number 13, Ben and Jerry's purchases milk making for ice cream for making ice cream. No, because the milk is the intermediate product. It is something that goes into making ice cream. The ice cream itself would be the final product, and that would be included for GDP. But because it's just Ben and Jerry's buying the milk to make another product, it's not included. It's excluded. Number 14, Wall Street traders purchase stocks. Not included. These types of investments are not included in GDP. They're going to be excluded, okay? They don't get counted. Purchases of stocks or bonds are just not counted, okay? Ford Motor Company pays for the land it uses on production. Included. That's a part of, because they're using the land to produce products. So that is definitely included, okay? Number 16, U.S. citizens purchase oil from Saudi Arabia. That's excluded. It's not a part of our GDP because it's a part of Saudi Arabia's GDP. It's their oil. That's their final product, okay? Not ours. Wells Fargo Bank gives a student loan. This is excluded, okay? Because a loan is not a final product. The final product here would be whatever you do with your education. And that's hard to measure. So let's say you take a student loan, you get out of college, you get a job, and you purchase a house. Then the house is included in GDP. So student loans are actually used as like incentives to boost the economy because they're investing money in people's education, right? Student loan, not included, excluded. If you use the money from student loans to go buy a textbook, that textbook is included, but not the loan itself, okay? Number 18, Wells Fargo's bank is paid interest for the loan it made to Walmart. That is included because they made money off their loan that year. So Walmart finished paying off the loan. They made money. That means that they've completed the process, the transaction of the loan, and that was the final product. So for instance, if you buy a house and you finance it for 20 years, on the 20th year, when you finish paying that loan, the bank can claim your interest as a final product. Okay? But they can't do it on a yearly basis. It has to be when the loan is complete. Okay? Number 19, owner of NFL team makes millions in profit. So yes, because I mean, it's part of the income, like he's making income off of this. So yes, it's included. But this can get tricky, but let's just put an eye on this one, okay? Number 20, lemonade is sold, let me pull this up, at a neighborhood lemonade stand by 8-year-olds. Not included because it is not a market that is regulated or taxed. This is considered an underground market. Like the drug trade is considered underground markets because it's cells being handled outside of places where it's being tracked or being taxed. So if you make something at home, like let's say you make a scrunchie, and you take it to school and you sell it to somebody, and you sell it for $5. Even though you've sold a product, technically you didn't pay taxes on it. Nobody knows that you actually, like the government doesn't know that you did it, so it's not included in GDP. It's considered an underground market. And that's what lemonade stands would be. Excuse me. So hopefully this helps. So use this day to fix the answers on this assignment. I've given you the answers. So if you get them in and turn it in, it should be, and get them corrected, because some of y'all turned them in and they looked pretty bad. I'm going to give them back. I'm going to have them given back, and then you correct them and turn them back in. It should help you with your grades, okay? Once you finish that today, the rest of the time is for you to get caught up. And if you are one of those great people that have done all their work, guess what? You have a free day. Yay. So enjoy. All right. And all the rest of you get to work and get your work done. Bye.